Oh, thank God the game is working. Hi again, everybody. I say that because, like, I had a heck of a time getting this thing to stream when I first started playing, and then during the stream it was kind of hard to stream, but thankfully it's working now, and that's all that matters. Right. Anyway, in case you're just joining us, this game is about interviewing people and basically catching them in a lie. There's a woman by the name of Kate Vine. She drowned, and we're trying to determine whether or not she drowned from nefarious means or if she just drowned herself for reasons. So that's where we're at right now. Let's resume the current game that we're in. So we've just made it to 7 o'clock. So like every time you advance a chapter, you get to 7. So I believe we actually want to go to Atlas. So this is apparently like some kind of learning complex. It feels more like a cult, honestly. Oh, I guess I should unmute the game. There we go. Go to the Atlas building. I like how they just leave the lock, like, hanging from it. So I'm sure that's a thing. Hello there. Actually, you know what? Let's go out real quick, because I should look around first. So maybe I can find something that will spark a new conversation so I don't have to let go. Nope, never mind. There's only the 2 options. Got it. Okay, cool. Glad we established that. I mean, I guess we might as well just go into the atrium.
Ryan was interviewed in the lounge, according to the report. That must be his office.
Okay. Let's try to do it right first. I like how I can just, like, go wherever I want to. Nothing here. Alright. I'm a police officer. It's okay.
Ryan!
Yes?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm conducting an investigation in the area. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions. Is that all right?
Come in, Inspector.
Thank you.
Yes. The wonderful Inspector Jenks asserts himself into everything.
Drink, Inspector.
I'd better not, eh?
Hello there, Rester.
So you wanted to speak to me?
I believe that Kate Vine was a student at Atlas.
Ooh, look at that luck.
Kate Vine? Well, yes, she was. All of this has been thoroughly investigated, Inspector. It was suicide.
Well, we have reason to believe there may be rather more to it than that.
Really? Well, then, in that case, I'd be prepared to assist in any way possible.
I'm sure you would.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
You look like you're ready to help in any way possible. Why is this so low? There we go. Jeez. Okay. Anyway, let's start with Katie Vine's death.
I believe the last time you saw Kate Vine was at the pub last Friday, then you came straight back with some of the students, is that right?
Yes, I like to have a glass of port or two after a long day, and benefits of being married to the landlady.
How did she seem that night?
The landlady?
Kate.
Oh, Kate. Well, she was her usual self, drunk.
That was usual.
It was for her, yes. I mean, it didn't impair her ability, though. She was a very bright star, lots of potential, very enthusiastic.
So she seemed to be enjoying the course?
Well, as far as anybody could tell, yes.
When did you first meet her?
When she joined, about 3 months ago.
And you hadn't met her before then?
Yeah.
So you didn't suspect there was anything wrong?
Well, do you mean, did I expect her to drown herself? Of course I didn't inspect her. It was quite a shock. Nobody expected that.
Maybe it's because she didn't. Let's go to the driver's license.
Have you seen this before?
Not that I recall.
You don't know whether Kate had lost this or not?
No, I've never seen it before, sorry.
Ask that to everybody, and everyone says no. Every single person. Why am I going to ask? Okay, you know what? Fine.
Does Simon Thompson ride a bike, do you know?
I think so, yes. I think he drives as well, but I might be mistaken.
Okay. Freedom.
Know what this is?
Yes, it's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol that we use on the course. It's supposed to represent freedom from the chains of your ancestry.
Have you ever bought one of these?
I haven't, but I've seen the students wearing them.
Like how he's holding on a glass of like whiskey that he hasn't even touched yet. Okay.
Have you tried Simon's homebrew?
Does he make homebrew? No, I haven't had the pleasure, sorry.
Okay.
What do you know about the broken window at the back of the pub?
Rebecca told me about it. I don't know how it got smashed, though. I told her to tape over it. We can't have anybody cutting themselves. You have to be very health and safety conscious these days.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about an argument in the pub last Friday?
What time?
I believe it wasn't long after the pub opened.
No. I usually leave for the manor house about 6. I start preparations around 6:30. I like to get a head start.
Is he drinking?
Have you seen one of these before?
I believe that looks like a scrying mirror to me.
You have seen one before?
Well, I used to have one myself, actually, along with lots of other bits and pieces of that nature. Silly things, you know.
Really?
Yes, when I was in my teenage years, I had quite an obsession with that kind of thing. I was a very somber child, and well, not that you could tell, always playing fantasy games, reading books about that kind of malarkey, you know.
What sort of books did you read?
Well, books on black magic, not the chocolates. Witchcraft, satanic rituals, that kind of thing. I grew out of it, of course.
But you're not into that sort of thing now.
Sure.
Of course I'm not. I mean, I don't need to believe in the supernatural, Inspector. The natural world is far more interesting. Don't you think so?
Can you tell me about this?
Haven't seen that for a while. I had a friend who used to make them for us for the course. He passed away last year.
What does the symbol mean?
Hey
It's
there.
borrowed from paganism. It's the symbol of the triple goddess, the mother, maiden, and crone, represented by the waxing and waning of the moon. It's an ancient symbol. It predates Christianity. Some people say that it dates back to Paleolithic times.
And is that relevant to the course?
Well, no. I mean, it's a symbol we dabbled with, but it's not particularly relevant. We don't use it on the course, no.
I still like how the guy's holding a glass of whiskey and hasn't done anything with it. Just holding it.
Tell me about this.
It's like Dr. Brown in
it's,
Back to the Future 3.
It's the first one we ever had made. We had it designed by an agency after we'd spent weeks trying to find a name for this place.
It took you weeks.
Don't be like that, Inspector. I thought it was a rather grand name. Actually, if I'm being honest, I plucked it out of thin air one night at the George while I was having a few gin and tonics. Well, actually, somebody left a book and I stole it.
Oh, almost there. Alright, so I think I've asked him about everything. This game is called Contradiction. So let's see if we can find one now. Probably not. Probably gonna have to go ask other people's stuff, but he hasn't really given me anything to ask anyone else about, so. Happy, expecting emotional problems. Necklace. Broken. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Doesn't believe anything supernatural now. My friend who died last year. Is that a contradiction? No, it's not. Okay. Let's pick randomly. Nice. I mean, everyone knew she had, like, problems. Emotional problems.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah. Let's go back in here and see if there's anything. See Simon again. Okay. Alright, well, let's go see Simon again, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why Simon's such an important person in this right now. Come on.
There you go. Come on. Cute. Smells nice. What is that?
Chili pork.
I had no idea you were a cook.
Oh no, I used to be more into it. No, I don't do it so much. Used to grow my own herbs and everything.
Not here.
No, at the farmhouse where I used to live.
Oh, where was that?
That's where James lives. Yeah, we used to share a house together. The farmer used to let us use a corner on his greenhouse to grow stuff.
I didn't know you knew James that well.
Well, didn't really get on.
Where are the greenhouses?
But it's just through the farmyard at the back.
Interesting.
That might be the only thing I need to ask him about. Okay. It's great. Cool, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I guess. Hey, Seal. Doesn't see James that often, but you lived with him. Is that anything I just got? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
it's great new information there.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Okay. Oops, too far. Steps here.
Simon mentioned another greenhouse on the farm. Must be up the hill over there.
Must be up the hill over there. Oh, there we go. I guess we go into the greenhouse. Investigate.
I wonder if James knows this is here. Don't know what it is, but be interesting to see what he says about it.
Pretty sure that was a bag of marijuana. Just saying. Oh, they're dried leaves. Okay. Gotcha. Of course.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Could you tell me what these are, please? I found them in the greenhouse.
Been snooping around on the farm, have we?
It's called investigating, James.
Yeah. It's just mint. Mint leaves. For cooking.
Mint.
Yeah, I heard you were a bit of a budding chef.
Dabble a bit. Won a few competitions.
Very impressive. So you normally just leave packets of mint lying around?
Must have dropped it.
Okay. Package doesn't contain mint leaves.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Doesn't contain mint leaves at all. Okay, let's see here. Still nothing here. Okay. See if there's anything in the restaurant that now. Nope. Nope, did it again. Didn't mean to click that. I like how he emphatically sets his notebook down.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I'm sure she minds.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, magic mint. Where did you find this?
Magic mint.
Salvia divinorum. I used to grow it years ago. It makes you trip.
Ah, I thought so.
It's a hallucinogenic and legal. Quite a dangerous combination, really.
Do you use it?
Me? No. No, I don't even take medicines. I like to stay pure.
I didn't expect Rebecca to know about growing drugs. I know she claims not to use them herself, but I'm not so sure.
Exactly. Do I have anything at all that would contradict what she just said? Doesn't really look like it. Yeah, exactly. Alright, it's
Thank you. Probably be back later.
probably a topic I'm missing, so I should go someplace else right now. Alright, so let's go back to Simon. Be like, yo, got some of this magic mint for your chili pork.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Know what these are?
No. Look a bit like sage leaves.
Haven't seen them before, though.
Not at all, no.
Really?
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Salvia divinorum.
Magic mint, same thing.
Oh, yeah, you mean the drug? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, ever tried it?
Like once or twice, yeah. But it's not really my sort of thing. It messes with your brain. I've never tried any other drugs either. Well, nothing like that. Nothing hallucinogenic.
Yeah. So how did you not know what this is? Okay, fine, never mind. Leaves could be sage. You have no idea what that is. Don't see James very often. Try this a few times. He grows it. Or not. Yeah. It's probably missing something.
Thank you. Probably
As in,
be
like,
back
I
later.
probably don't have a topic yet that I need.
You know what these are, by any chance?
No. Sorry. I don't know anything about plants or things like that, but you should ask Rebecca. She used to live on a farm. She'd know.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a drug, isn't it?
Yeah, hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it?
No, I've never taken any illegal substances.
It's not illegal, though. Well, we know Rebecca will know about him, so...
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Go back to Ryan all the way up here and be like, oh, hey, do you know about this drug? Get the feeling he uses it in his classes, just saying.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Do you know what this is?
Looks like chopped tea bags to me. What is it?
I just thought you might know.
I don't know anything about plants, Inspector. What you should do is ask Rebecca. She knows far more about these things than I do. Messy things, growing things.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic plant, a legal one, at least for the moment.
I've no interest in drugs, Inspector. My job. That's the only drug I need. As trite as that may sound.
Do you know any students who may have used hallucinogens?
No. My students aren't interested in that kind of thing. Besides,
They're not.
no one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I don't think anyone has ever brought drugs to Atlas.
Do you have any medicines on site at all?
No, we're not allowed. Insurance purposes.
Seriously? You shouldn't technically have to put them... Yeah, I know, that sounds stupidly suspicious.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
So... Alright, Tip, what do you got for me? Try the woods again. Ask James about that. Let's go to the woods again, I guess. Exactly, right? Hey, it's James again, I think.
What are you? Private eye?
No, I'm a police
Oh
inspector.
no, it's something different.
Who are you looking for?
I'm investigating a death in the village.
That student, then. They did one last year, too. Same place.
Did what?
Drowned a student.
Uh-oh.
Ask that psycho about it. He runs that business cult thing up at the big house. Bunch of nut jobs.
Hey, what was the student's name?
Liam... something? Or sod?
Huh.
Atlas's reputation precedes them. I think I might call the station, find out a bit more about this Liam.
Interesting.
Hello, DCI Jones speaking.
Mike, it's Jenks.
All right, Jenks, I thought you'd clocked off tonight.
Yeah, the chief's put me on a case tonight, the Edenton girl.
Friday night, you poor sod. I thought that was sorted out anyway.
I wish it was. Listen, are you near a computer?
I can be. Yeah, go on.
Do you know anything about a death last year? Someone called Liam in Edenton Village?
Don't remember it. Hang on, let's have a look. Eaton Village. Yeah, Liam Rogers. Says suicide last year.
Suicide?
Hang on, 2 suicides in 2 years, both on Edenton. I mean, you've got your work cut out, Jenksy.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Right, well, good luck with that and see you Monday.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, now that's interesting. Alright, well, we're right here. We might as well talk to James.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Ever heard of Salvia divinorum, James?
What's that, skin cream?
It's not a skin cream, no. It's a plant.
Really? Don't know much about plants.
So you've never heard of Salvia?
No.
Except you were growing it. Yeah, thankfully I only started playing like 2 days ago. Doesn't know much about plants. Except you want some... Okay. Don't know much about plants. Right? I've never heard of this. Anyway, let's ask you about Liam's death.
Did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam who died.
You mean Liam who killed himself?
Yeah.
He was in my year, on a different course.
What course was Liam on?
Can't remember, not mine.
What was yours?
Plant science. First time I knew about Liam was when he
Plant
killed
science?
himself.
Right, so you didn't meet him?
Wait a minute. You have a degree in plant science and that you don't know much about plants?
Aha. So, your degree is in plant science, but you don't seem to know anything about plants.
Well, still got a lot to learn.
So you're still saying you've never heard of salvia?
Didn't say that.
So you have.
Maybe.
And you do grow it.
Yeah, it's legal, why not?
What do you do with it?
I use it for explorative purposes, meditation.
And does this involve anybody else?
Why?
Do you sell it or give it to anybody else?
No.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just for me, nobody else.
And that's the only drug you grow, is it?
Feel free to go and look if you want.
It's okay, I'll look later. The only drug he grows? I'm not sure I believe that, James. Then again, would someone growing illegal drugs bother growing a legal one?
Because it's whatever. Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't be playing this if it was just read this dialogue. The only reason I even just wanted to stream this is because it was a live-action game. Or an FMV game. Okay. Yeah, I love how Jinx is, like, so over the top, though. I love it. It's great.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright, let's see here. Checking the woods again. Okay. Fine. Let's go check the lake. Yeah. No? Okay, not the lake. Scenery is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The hell?
Do you mind not defacing public property, please?
What's it to you?
It's
Well,
a tree.
I'm a policeman.
And that's supposed to make what difference exactly?
It means that you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Okay,
Or what?
don't.
Or you arrest me.
No, I'll give you a fine this time.
So, if I do something that you don't like, I have to give you some money. What happens
like a
if you do
sovereign
something
citizen
that I
thing.
don't like? You're going to give me some money?
Look, I do not have time to discuss it at the moment. Can you just go?
Pathetic.
What a prize brat. But why would he carve that into a tree? Either he's a die-hard rock fan, or there's more to that symbol than meets the eye.
Well, James is the punk rocker kind of looking dude. I would have no way have gone back up there for any reason.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
If I did...
It means
that,
rock on.
Would it mean anything to you?
Yeah, it's a Satanism symbol.
Oh, okay.
Satanists use it.
Have you ever seen anyone using it?
Lots of people. Politicians, presidents, CEOs.
Have you ever seen anyone local using it?
Not that I remember.
Okay.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Sawed off then. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, Crystal. I appreciate that. Alright. I'm gonna go talk to everybody about that again now. Just watch. Let's just go down the list at this point.
Ask about a few more things, please.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
No. Why?
It's okay, thanks. What do you know about a student called Liam? Committed suicide last year.
Only that I didn't know him really well.
Okay. I don't
Thank
believe
you.
you,
Probably
but you
be
know,
back later.
whatever. Simon.
What do you know about Liam?
Liam?
Local lad. Took his life.
Oh, that Liam. Yeah, I heard about him.
But you didn't know him?
No, I know he went to college, but didn't really know him. It's sad, though.
It's sad, though.
If I did, this, would that mean anything to you?
Who did you see doing that?
Someone in the woods, carving it into a tree.
That was Kyle. It's a guy from the course, he's an idiot.
And where does he live?
I can't remember, somewhere outside the village? The three fingers thing is something the students started doing. It's something from the course.
Oh.
The three freedoms.
The what?
The three freedoms? It's from the course. It's a phrase.
Free to be free.
Free yourself from the things that are holding you back, right? Things that stop you being successful.
What are they?
There's fear of failure, guilt, and a doubting, a self-doubt.
You believe that?
Yeah. Guilt ruins lives. It stops you looking forward. It serves no practical purpose. It's basically destructive.
Right.
Free to be free. Not the most original slogan, but I wonder how far this freedom goes.
Well, that's a thing. Talk to Rebecca. Why? I don't know. Yeah, exactly, right?
Couple more questions, if that's okay. What do you know about Liam?
You mean Liam who took his life? He used to play in a band, Black Rock or something? No, Black Stone. Very gothic. I used to let them play in here sometimes at the weekends. They were
Yeah,
quite good.
me too.
Did you know there was anything wrong? I mean, why he might have...
No, I didn't know him very well.
I mean, this small village, nobody knows this guy.
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
Why, is it meant to mean something?
No, it's okay. Ever heard the phrase free to be free?
Yeah, exactly.
You mean the Atlas thing? Yes, I have.
Know what it means?
It means being free of guilt.
What do you think about that?
You mean, do I think it's a bad thing?
Do you? I mean, surely if you have done something wrong...
Oh, but that's the point, Inspector. Most people spend their time feeling guilty over nothing, and that's not a good thing.
Okay. Did you say something about Atlas earlier? I feel like you did. I could be very wrong about this. Probably not. No, she fact knew about the course, okay. Wait, so you know about the phrase, but you don't know about this. Yeah, apparently that's not a contradiction. I completely agree with you guys, seriously.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Guilt is actually, like, an important thing. See if there's anybody in here yet. Nope. Actually, let's just, like... Alright. Let's go back to James, I guess. I'm really starting to... Actually, I do kind of like this guy. I like how I just show, like...
A few more questions,
This is
please.
within 1 hour, by the way. I just show up, be like, hey, I got one question for you, then I leave.
Ever hear the phrase free to be free? Heard anyone use
Yeah,
that?
holding on to guilt is
Nah.
not, but, you know.
What is it, a song?
No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter.
Kind of matters. I ask you about everything else, yeah, I do.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I'm sure I'll have more questions later. I want to wait to get to go back to Ryan, because he's going to have a lot of information. I'll bet not, but you never know.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know the phrase free to be free?
Yeah. It's an Atlas thing.
I thought it was a sovereign citizen thing.
I first heard it when I went with Simon.
What did they say about it?
They said that you shouldn't feel guilty if you do something wrong. I don't agree with that.
No?
No. No, I think you should feel guilty if you do something wrong.
What did Simon think?
I don't know, but I don't think he agreed with that either.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Oh, wait, I already did I ask you about things? Yeah, how much do you really know, James? Seriously.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, I already asked him everything. I think that tip is telling me there's a contradiction here.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Probably have to go ask Ryan first. But let's go check in with the chief first, because why not? He's probably got something to tell me.
Yes, Chief, bit more news. James Wilson admitted he does know what Salvia divinorum is, but he claims it's the only drug he grows.
Have you checked?
Yeah, I didn't see anything else suspicious.
What is this stuff, Salvia? What do you do with it? Smoke it?
I'm not sure, but I doubt you could smoke the stuff I found. You'd have to dry it out first. I imagine you infuse it or crush it or something.
We'll do a bit of research, find out. Does he sell it?
He said he doesn't, no.
I know he's growing it just for himself, Jenks. There's something he's not telling you. Go through your notes, make sure he's telling you the whole story, will you?
Okay, I'll speak to you later, sir.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Let's go talk to Ryan first. It's a beautiful building.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
What can you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed... Very unfortunate, isn't it?
Did you know him?
Oh, yes. Well, I say know him. I met him in the pub. Seemed very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. He can't have been, can he?
If I did this, would that mean anything to you?
It's a devil's sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the course.
Of course it's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me a bit about the phrase, free to be free?
Free to be free, my favourite motto. Well, we teach our students that people, they suffer from excessive guilt, don't they? Excessive self-criticism, excessive doubt. Evils of excess, we call them. And we tell our students that if they rid themselves of these evils, then they're free to realise their full potential.
Who came up with all this?
I have a background in psychology.
Honestly?
Yeah, don't look so surprised, Inspector. There's an intellect lurking in here.
Called.
When did you come up with the phrase?
Called.
When we were based at the village hall. When I say we, I came up with the phrase.
Called.
Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful, but he's not a creative man. Dad suffers from a lack of imagination.
Called. All right. Yeah.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah, okay, so there's... James has a contradiction of some kind. Yeah, it's right. Okay, now we just gotta sit down and figure out what it is.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. You know, he said something about these scrying mirrors. He sells the mirrors, but he doesn't make a profit, and yet he doesn't sell this. No. Only make the mirror for others. Did you only grow this for private use? Nope. Okay. Socialize with her at all. Right? Wait, I traded herbal tea.
Aha.
Thought so.
When you say herbal tea, do you mean salvia?
Probably.
So you traded salvia tea with Simon for his homebrew.
So?
So why did you say you didn't give salvia to anybody else? Did you give it to anybody else? How many people did you give it to? Did you give it to Kate?
No.
How about Liam?
I didn't have anything to do with him dying, if that's what you mean.
That's
so
what I
you
mean.
did give him salvia?
Yes, I gave him salvia because he asked for it, but that's not what killed him.
Well, he committed suicide, James, because of psychological issues that probably weren't helped by him trying hallucinogenic drugs.
Didn't commit suicide. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what happened.
Okay, so what happened then?
Do you even know about Third Eye?
Go on.
You don't know about Third Eye. If you don't know about Third Eye, you know nothing about Liam's death. I mean, forget salvia.
Fine, tell me then.
Third Eye was a cult.
Was?
We had our very own psycho cult operating right here from our village hall.
Oh.
And I got rid of them, single-handed. I'm the one who got rid of Third Eye. Did they tell you that at the station?
Okay, start again. They were what?
You don't know anything, do you? Look. They were reeling in students, pretending to be some sort of happy life course, you know. We can make your life better sort of crap. Then they were putting everyone through this brainwashing program to make them compliant and selling them on.
Do you not realize Atlas is doing the same thing, you moron?
Selling them on?
Selling them. Like objects, commodities.
To who?
Anyone who could afford them. Top politicians, famous celebrities, wealthy businessmen, you name it.
What for?
You don't get it, do you? Third Eye were making and selling slaves. They were black market slave traders. They were wiping people's personalities using ECT, brainwashing, cocktails of hard drugs, deliberately turning them into perfect slaves. You know how much slaves are worth on the black market these days?
No.
Millions. And I'm talking per slave. That's why anyone who stood up to them and threatened to go public like Liam was just killed off. They didn't give a damn.
So you're saying Liam was murdered by Third Eye?
Exactly what I'm saying. That's why I started looking into it. They were all saying it was suicide, but there's no way.
So, did you ever actually meet Liam?
I found out about him.
And how did you find out about all this other stuff?
It's obvious, you can tell. I met some of the students. You could see straight away there was something wrong. They were like zombies. You know, I can tell when someone's got ECT damage or when they've been through mind conditioning. It's just obvious. I mean, US military used all these techniques back in the 50s. It's all documented, you can read about it. They showed all the same signs.
So, did you ever actually go to a meeting?
No, but I knew what went on.
How?
From what people said who'd been through it.
Okay, so do you know anyone I could speak to who did go through it?
Well, look, it doesn't matter. Why did they close down if it wasn't true? They just closed down and disappeared overnight after I put all the flyers up. Bit of a coincidence.
But that was just after Liam died.
Yeah,
And do you think that had anything to do with it?
maybe, but it was the flyers that forced them to close.
You have no idea about that.
Okay. Do you mind if I keep this?
Yeah, you investigate it. It'll all come out. Third Eye definitely killed Liam.
Well, this took a
Well,
dark
that was
turn.
a lot to take in. Does James really believe all this stuff? This is the first I've heard about Third Eye. Question is, what's their connection with Atlas, if there is one?
That took a really dark turn.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Okay. I'm just exploring the death of this nice little this nice young woman, and suddenly I'm now into the occult. And it's only been like 3 hours in game time. What happened? Yeah, there's some things I haven't asked everyone about. Apparently not. Let's go down the list, I guess.
A few more questions, please. Thank you.
Yeah, a few more.
Have you seen this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Why?
James Wilson is a fantasist. He spends his time pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person. And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Really?
I don't like jump
Don't
scares.
quote me on that.
So you don't think there's any truth at all to this?
None at all.
James casting spells in the woods.
Be back later on, if that's okay. Ask you a couple more things, please.
Have you seen
Yeah.
this before?
Oh, is this the thing that James did? Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you know about all this? A Third Eye, I think they were called?
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about Liam's death, but all I know about Three Eyes or whatever is on this flyer.
So you hadn't heard about Third Eye?
No, sorry.
Don't you go to freaking Atlas? How can no one figure out that the two are, like, you know, related? How?
Thank you. Probably be back later.
How is that not possible?
Have you seen this?
Yeah. It was all over college last year. James made it. Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens and that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
Okay.
That's it for the time being, thank you.
Let's go talk to Ryan. This'll be fun. Let's accuse the guy holding alcohol that his course is a cult, basically. Oh, hey.
We're just starting a session, do you mind?
I'm terribly sorry. I'll leave you in peace.
Huh.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
That was interesting.
What do you know about this?
Not much.
So you've never seen this before? You don't know anything about Third Eye?
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols on it?
Sorry.
Oh, you don't, do you? But didn't you know the symbol on the mask that's literally on the poster?
Aha. Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer. It's all the same thing.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
So what did you know about Third Eye?
Oh, not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
Yeah, he's definitely hiding something.
Aha. According to the flyer, this Third Eye group was based at the village hall, is that right?
Was it?
That's where you were based, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you invented the Atlas phrase free to be free while you were based at the village hall.
So I did.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point. You were using the same hall.
Well...
Couldn't have been that big.
I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, Inspector.
No shit, Sherlock.
You see, Third Eye...
Was Atlas.
Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
There it is.
Atlas is Third Eye.
In a new improved form, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you ran Third Eye?
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated and cleared up.
You've been investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say drop the case, I mean a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers, and that was it. No choice. There was an end to it.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. I thought that was an end to it. But then James and his cronies, they wouldn't leave it alone.
His cronies?
So we had to close down.
James
Buy a
had
new
cronies.
place, rebrand. So eventually, we reopened here.
As Atlas?
As Atlas.
And it worked?
Up till now, yes.
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
So James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas?
Not unless he came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing?
Oh, yeah, like he's going to tell you that.
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions. Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes. Excuse me, Inspector. Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later. That was Dad. I have to go back. You can come and meet him if you like.
Well, I might come and have a chat.
Come with me.
Oh, we moved to another hour. Okay. That's like your chapter progress.
Dad's a great businessman, but he lacks imagination.
You said that
He
before.
does, however, believe in the power of the individual, when taught by the right teacher, of course. Ryan! In here. Just coming. He's through here.
To whom do I owe the pleasure?
Detective Inspector Jenks. I'm investigating a death in the village. I believe you knew Kate Vine.
Oh, I thought all this was dealt with, Inspector. You do know that Kate Vine was a gherkin short of a big mad. You do now.
Father, I want a big
You must forgive my son, Inspector. He still can't summon up the courage to come straight to the point. So what do you want to know?
Well, a few more questions if you don't mind.
Oh, but I do mind. I'm a very busy man. Try asking an intelligent question, like, do I mind being quizzed about a once promising student who turned into a useless drunk? Ryan, would you mind leaving us for a while?
I'll go back to the centre. I have one or two things to prepare. Call me if you need me, Dad.
You may begin, Mr. Holmes, although I'm not going to be able to help you. I don't have much to do with the course nowadays, so I can't give you any hard information.
That's as maybe, but we
No,
need...
that's as is. But if you want my opinion, I'd be quite happy to give it to you. So, fire away.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Paul certainly doesn't take any prisoners. It's obvious who's pulling the strings in this family, and I wonder what they got up to in their previous guise as Third Eye. 8 o'clock already.
Can you tell me a little about the Atlas phrase, free to be free?
Where did you hear that?
I was talking to one of your students.
It's a little phrase we conjured up to summarize our objectives.
What is your objective, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine, or do you mean the course's objective?
On the course.
The objective of the course is to free people from bondage. We teach that most people are crippled by their past, by guilt, their attitudes, their beliefs. All that kind of nonsense.
Nice.
Guilt cripples people.
Remind me
Feeling
never to
guilty
invite
in
you to my
business
poker games.
is
Just
like
saying.
a meat eater feeling guilty in an abattoir. Guilt comes from the archaic emotional centers of the brain. It's a vestige of our animal ancestry, that's all. In business, you heed it at your peril. I'm sorry, Inspector. My house appears to be haunted. Would you mind closing the door?
So, you believe that guilt has no place in business?
None at all. I have few beliefs, Inspector, but that's one of them.
And what if you have done something wrong?
Well, that's the whole point. Guilt has nothing to do with it.
Interesting opinion.
It is, actually.
What do you know about this?
So you've been graced with Goebbels' company already, have you? James, our local minister for propaganda. I suppose Ryan already told you about our actual previous incarnation.
He explained, yes.
Did he tell you anything scandalous?
Not unless you count the suicide.
Well, these things happen.
Was it your idea?
The suicide?
Third Eye.
Yeah, I suppose it was. As my son had started to atrophy, I decided I ought to give him something to do.
And Third Eye was the same as Atlas, teaching business skills.
Very similar.
So Liam's death didn't prompt you to make any changes?
There was nothing we could do about Liam's death, Inspector, any more than we could do anything about Kate's. It was out of our control.
You can't blame me for wondering, Paul. 2 student deaths in 2 years.
It's called a coincidence, Inspector. I expect they ate fast food also. But you're not investigating all the local chippies, are you?
I didn't see McDonald's on the map.
If I did this, would it mean anything to you?
I presume you've seen an Atlas student doing that.
Ah, so this is an Atlas thing.
Well, it wasn't exactly our idea. The students started doing it spontaneously to show commitment to the cause. Cute, really. Which student did you see doing that?
I'm not sure, but he was carving it into a tree. I told him to stop.
Did you really? Why?
Defacing public property.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What's the punishment for that kind of thing nowadays? Prison sentence?
It's usually a fine.
All right. What about defiling public liberty? Does that carry a fine too?
Oddly enough, the student in question argued a similar point.
Is that something you encourage on the Atlas course?
We encourage people who put ideas first and moral anachronisms second. The problem with the law, Inspector, is that it's out of date.
Well, I suppose that's a matter of opinion. However, you still respect it.
Respect it? I abide by it. We all play by the book, Inspector, but that's only because of the threat of possible incarceration.
I mean, yeah.
How well did you know Liam?
Liam who?
Liam, who took his life.
Oh. Well, as far as I remember, he was a good student, confident, outgoing.
You didn't notice any problems?
I believe he had problems at home.
Were you there when he died?
Yes.
And afterwards? You didn't see him after the meeting?
No.
What was Liam like that night?
No. Apart from being drunk, or possibly because of that, he seemed perfectly happy.
He was drunk?
Well, I assume the bottle in his hand contained whiskey and not lemonade.
Lots of similarities to Kate, don't you think? Drinking, depression.
That's
Is that
actually a good
normal
point.
for the students?
People come into the Atlas course for quick solutions to their problems. And when they don't get them as quickly as they might have liked, sometimes their impatience gets the better of them.
Know what this is, by any chance?
I've no idea. Gardening isn't my kind of thing. Rebecca would probably know. I presume you've met Rebecca.
Yes,
I'm sure she'd enjoy telling you what it is. She's the kind of woman who likes to feel superior. Would probably marry a millionaire and then decide to run her own pub.
Yes, why was that?
Well, she isn't exactly housewife material. She likes to be in control, like Ryan. Shame, isn't it, that I'm in control of both of them?
That little frown at the end of that.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum, or magic mint?
Sounds like it might be a drug.
It's a hallucinogenic plant. Legal, as a matter of fact.
I'm not a drug taker, Inspector.
I'm just a drug
I have
trafficker.
no
Ha
enthusiasm for voluntarily poisoning your brain.
And you've never seen anyone on the course taking it?
Well, if someone had, they wouldn't have done it openly. We don't allow drugs or alcohol on our course. We like to tell the students that success is the best drug. Whether you buy into that, of course, is another matter.
Could you tell me a bit about this?
Had it designed by an agency.
And when was that?
Last year.
Is that when you started the business?
Yes, I suppose so.
What do you know about this?
Looks like a mask.
You don't recognize it?
Not particularly. Looks like a monarch mask.
What's a monarch mask?
Monarch is fancy dress outfitters. Ryan goes there sometimes.
God, seriously, gonna ask him about everything. Hi, guy.
Have you ever seen one of these before?
I believe it's a scrying mirror, pagan thing.
Ever used one?
Why would I use a scrying mirror?
So you have no interest at all in this sort of thing?
No.
Does the Atlas course use them at all?
Not at all. Strange question.
Yeah, just a bit.
What did you hear about an argument in the pub last Friday?
I didn't go to the pub last Friday.
You didn't hear anything about an argument in the pub?
Should I have?
No, that's fine.
Why would you even think... yeah, never mind. Oh, there we go.
Ever tried Simon's homebrew? Simon Thompson?
No, I haven't. I wouldn't touch anything that has had Simon's fingers in it.
That was said with a lot of disdain.
Did you know anything about Simon Thompson's bike?
No.
How well did you know Kate?
Hardly knew her at all. Met her a few times. At the course, that's about all.
So when was the last time you saw her?
Last Friday. I just popped down to the course and about 7.
Did you speak to her then?
It's possible.
And how did she seem? Was she happy, sad, preoccupied?
She was drunk.
So everyone knew that. Got it.
Do you know if Kate had lost this? It's her driving license.
How would I know that?
You didn't see it lying around anywhere?
No.
Alright.
Have you seen this before?
Looks familiar. Where did you find it?
It was, in the woods.
Presumably had something to do with Kate or her killer.
Well, that's what I'm trying to establish.
Shouldn't it be in an evidence bag, Inspector, in case of contamination?
I didn't have one with me, unfortunately.
Well, don't go testing it for DNA, will you? It's got yours all over it.
And considering where he found it, there wasn't going to be any DNA on it anyway. That's a fair point.
What do you know about this?
It's a freedom necklace. It's a symbol we use sometimes on the course. Little bird in cage flying away. Freeing themselves from their past is the analogy.
So do they get them when they join the course or something?
No, not as a rule. I think I bought one once as a present.
Oh, not for Kate, by any chance?
No, not for Kate. I can't really remember who it was for. A birthday present, maybe for one of the students.
Which student?
I've no idea.
That makes sense. Alright. Okay, we've asked him about everything, so now the big question is going to be, is there a contradiction here? Well, we'll find out in a second. I gotta stand up, stretch, and grab something to drink here real quick because my throat's dying. So I'll be right back. Think about things, and we'll be back in a second. So the worst thing about, like, wanting to go get anything to drink at all, even, like, a lot of water, is I have to hook myself up to this, like, tube in my stomach so it drains into this bag instead of going into my digestive system. A little bit can, but, like, if too much does, then I just, like, it hurts a lot. A whole lot. I have my handy-dandy Sprite here. Give me something with flavor. Because, let me tell you, not eating anything really puts this weird taste in your mouth. Just try to replace it with something. So anyway. What kind of contradictions do we have here, potentially? Reluctantly abides by the law, yeah. Drinking all night at the seminar. Yeah. It's part of the reason why I keep trying to do so. Didn't you not allow that stuff at the seminar?
Aha.
Got him.
So if you don't allow drink or drugs onto the site, why did you allow Liam to drink whiskey all night?
So, I have this little glass here to make sure I don't, like, over-drink real fast.
We did give him various warnings. Did try to stop him, but didn't work.
But you let him stay on the course?
Yeah, well, we couldn't throw him out. This isn't a primary school, Inspector. We're not the police. We can't enforce these rules. If they pay their fees, they're entitled to stay on the course.
And what if they want to take drugs?
As long as they do it with discretion, frankly, I don't care if they want to wipe or inject paint stripper all over their faces.
Do you store any alcohol at Atlas?
No.
Is there a kitchen?
Why, do you want to go down there and check?
Well, obviously you wouldn't mind if what you're saying is true.
Of course I wouldn't mind. It's past the lavatories down the corridor, but you won't find any drugs in there or alcohol.
That's good to know.
Whether I find alcohol at Atlas or not, it probably isn't particularly relevant. But it's worth a look anyway.
Alright.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Let's go check their kitchens then.
I get the feeling I might be seeing a lot of Paul tonight.
Oh, more than likely. Okay, like, where am I? Oh, it's the Brendan house, okay. Random! Oh. There's a car here now. That's interesting. Alright, let's go check out this kitchen.
So the kitchen must be down the corridor there, if what Paul said is true.
Right? Right, easy from the pile, okay. Call! Call!
Freedom, true freedom, means freedom from many vices that society had traditionally believed to be virtues. Self-criticism, self-doubt, guilt. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not virtues. These are sins. born of a fake morality implanted deep within our minds and collective consciousness by governments and religions through the ages, with the sole purpose of preventing the masses, stopping us from achieving the same success, happiness, and freedom enjoyed by those at the very pinnacle of society.
Thankfully, I have a TPN that takes care of all that.
I'm going to show you that common morality is nothing more than the cynical creation of an elite desperate to stay in power. An elite hell-bent on preventing you from reaching your full potential by making you feel guilty for pursuing success. But the good news is that you can take back control. You can become the success you deserve to be. Atlas will give you a unique and powerful advantage. Life in all its technicolor glory can be yours. All that you have to do is to stay, embrace it, enjoy it, and learn to love your ambition. Welcome to Atlas.
Okay. So real quick, one thing, I actually can't eat anything. Like, I get all my nutrition through a TPN at the moment. Which is why I say when I drink this, I have to actually hook up to a tube so it doesn't go into my digestive system as much. Because if it does, it just causes me a lot of pain. Let's see. Is there another DVD or is this going to be the same thing? This is going to be the same thing. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm glad they let you skip that. I'm glad we watched that. Cops! Illegal cops! Huh.
Interesting. Well, there's a TV right there with a DVD player. I don't think anyone will mind if I have a quick look at this.
Okay then. It's triple X, yeah, right? Stealing someone's wallet. Stealing someone's other wallet. Okay. What did we just...
That was odd. Looked like someone pickpocketing, but why make a video of it?
That's a very good question. Let's just go to the library.
Go. Feel your soul.
That's not real fire in the center, at least. It might be. Wow.
Then wait for the moment to break free.
God, it's even voodoo.
Break free. Excellent, Hannah.
Well,
Could you come back later, please?
what's going on here?
Please, leave.
Sorry, Ryan, there's a few more questions I have to ask you yet, and time's ticking by.
Leave.
Okay.
It's super sus.
What on earth was that about? Looked like they were burning woolen dolls. A woolen doll burning ceremony. What a very odd course this is.
Just go in. You just go in everywhere else. That's what I wanted him to do. Yeah, I think we hit Luke. Yeah, nuclear sus. That's a very good point. I agree with nuclear sus. Uh-oh. Well, now. I wonder what that goes to. Car remote. Or garage remote. You know, search warrants don't really matter in the UK, apparently.
So, those are Ryan's guitars, kept in a garage. Not really the best place to keep them.
Ryan's guitar collection. I'd love to know how that's going to be relevant, but we'll see.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Seen this before?
It's a DVD.
The writing looks familiar, but no.
The writing looks familiar. It's probably his son's writing.
What can you tell me about doll burning at Atlas?
Not very much. It's one of Ryan's ideas. My son is under the illusion that he's a genius.
So, yeah. Oh, what was it now? Let's see.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
Ryan? Ryan couldn't get a tune out of a radio. He's tone deaf.
Okay, so he's never tried to go professional.
If he did try, it was never going to happen.
Let's see here. I want to talk about Ryan. That's not a contradiction. Because Paul is, or Ryan is clearly hanging on to his past of that stuff. Okay. Maybe I don't have everything.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Let's go chat with some of the people, shall we? Let me guess. I just asked Paul about the DVD. Dang, didn't I? I didn't ask Ryan about it. Alright, yeah, let's Let's go talk to all the other suspects, shall we? At this point, everybody's a suspect.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
James, you were right about everything. Who knew?
Seen this before?
No, what is it?
It's a
Do you
DVD.
recognise it?
No. Should I?
Okay.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning? What sort of doll burning?
It doesn't mean anything to you.
No. Should it?
No, that's okay.
Really, there's nothing else to ask him about.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Okay. So James is a boss. Big conspiracy guy doesn't even realize Atlas is freaking third eye. How good of a conspiracy theorist are you? Bing.
A few more questions, please.
Do you know anything about this?
It's a DVD.
No, sorry. Ask Ryan.
He's in the middle of burning something right now, so.
What do you know about doll burning at Atlas?
Only that it's part of the course. I'm not entirely sure what they're for, but I made dozens for him.
You made dozens
You
for
made
him.
them?
Oh, Ryan can't make anything. He's practically dyspraxic.
Dyspraxic? That's a new word for me.
Does Ryan play the guitar?
He tries. He does keep wasting money on them, though. I think he believes if he buys the right one, he'll suddenly turn into Jimi Hendrix. It's sad, really. I just let him play in his room. As long as he plays in there, I don't mind.
Okay. I'm glad we had this
Okay,
chat.
that's it for now. Thank you.
See if anyone's in the restaurant yet. Nope! Yeah, is there what's here? Oh, the village hall's here. But there's nothing here to do. Oh, okay. Coordination and math ability. It's a weird combination.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
What are you gonna do around midnight, bro? Just asking.
Have you seen this before?
No. No, sorry.
No.
What do you know about doll burning?
Not on the course. It's a ritual thing. It's getting rid of things that you don't need. Throw it into the fire.
And that's a good thing?
Well, yeah, it helps you getting rid of things you don't need, so you can move on and take control again.
So what are the masks for?
They're just to help you get into the right frame of mind. Just get you into the zone, you know, help with the trance.
A trance?
Yeah. It's like self-hypnosis. We do it on the course sometimes. It's just to help you get into the right frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you hypnotize yourself. How do you do that?
Just
Kind of agree with his reaction there.
Chant something, you know, just say the same thing over and over again. Or you could just close your eyes and put yourself into a trance. Some people can do that.
And that's safe?
Well, yeah. Hypnosis doesn't work the way that most people think it does. You can't just be hypnotized if you don't want to be hypnotized. But you can learn to hypnotize yourself.
Or you can be put under hallucinating drugs.
Auto-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis, auto-hypnosis, same thing, really.
I think Simon was a bit too quick to play down the role of auto-hypnosis on the course. I'll have to ask around about this. Thank you. Probably be back later.
Do you know what auto-hypnosis is?
It's some type of self-hypnosis, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you ever tried it?
No, I haven't. But I think Kate was into it. She learned it from when she went to Atlas.
And what did she tell you about it?
Not a lot, really. I think it helped her. I think she used it as a sort of self-meditation.
Why not just do self-meditation, then?
Have you seen this before?
No.
No? Don't think so.
I'm only going to be able to, like, get an answer from Ryan for that. Yet, I've got to ask everybody, or else the tip's going to be like, you haven't asked everything.
What do you know about doll burning?
Doll burning, I think it was something that they did on the course. Simon mentioned it.
Oh, they didn't do that when you were there?
No.
Or, more likely, someone is going to completely randomly be like, oh yeah, I've seen that before. Like, wait, what?
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
He has
I
a
know
guitar
he plays, because he tried to buy one off me.
Do you play?
I used to. I used to be in a band, but I was a singer as well, so I got away with it.
Singer as well?
Yeah, I used to sing in a band every night. But sometimes it was in a pub, but usually at Rebecca's.
What was that called?
It was called Blackstone. And this guy from a record company once came to see us, and he said the band was rubbish, but that I was good. So after that, I don't think they liked me much, and then we broke up after college.
Can't hide talent.
You can, but, you know.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yep. Probably be back later. Let's go check out the woods just real quick, because apparently a lot of things seem to happen in the woods for, like, no reason. Okay. Here we go. See?
Whoa! Whoa!
Dude!
The DVD! That's all they took. It must have been deliberate. Someone clearly wanted that back. Nice and helpful of them to leave a piece of evidence behind, though.
Huh. Well, now that's a thing now, isn't it? What is this? Monarch costumes. That's the mask. That's where the mask cannon came from. I'm happy I went to the woods. Now I don't have to ask everybody about that stupid DVD. Right. Wait, I don't have anything. I don't have the DVD to ask him about anymore. Try using this. Yeah, I didn't think so. He's busy burning dolls. The inspector was mugged. Mugged! Mugged, I tell you!
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Do you know the shop? Have you used it?
No, but I know where it is.
Cool, thank you.
That's all for the moment, thank you.
Seen this? You know the shop?
Yeah, I know the shop. I hired something from them last year, I think.
This is for a party, I assume.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Hey, Rebecca!
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you seen this before, anywhere?
Where are you carrying that?
Costume shop just outside the village.
Ever used it?
Not personally, but I think Ryan might have.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Oh. Yeah, I know how that is. Sometimes you just need a really quiet place.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Alright, bro.
Have you seen this?
Where are you carrying that?
I don't think so.
You don't recognize the shop?
No.
Is there someone else who works at Atlas? Someone who may have been there tonight?
No. There's a cleaner. Comes at strange times, but then he's a strange boy. Work experience.
As a cleaner?
Well, we did try him in accounts, but it didn't work out.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
James!
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Ever heard of auto-hypnosis, James? Self-hypnosis?
Yeah?
And what do you know about it?
It's another name for scrying. Some people call it auto-hypnosis, I call it scrying.
Right. So you're saying scrying is just self-hypnosis?
Scrying? You could scry on anything. I don't use a mirror. I can scry watching the clouds. Maybe the water on a lake in the moonlight.
And when you're watching
Sounds romantic,
water,
bro.
what happens? Do you go into a trance?
You lose yourself in your unconscious. You go deeper and deeper. You swim around. Try not to go too deep. Because if you go too deep, you start drowning. And you get dragged down to the bottom. As long as you stay swimming, come to the surface again. Then you wake up and see the world as it really is. It's like a journey to a place people talk about, but no one's ever seen. You're thinking about Kate, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
She bought a mirror. Sold her one last year.
Was she into using mirrors like that?
No idea. But she bought one.
Right. Seen this anywhere before?
Oh, jeez.
Nope.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Alright. So this is out of town, so is it this way? Or not? Updates on some things you haven't asked Simon, Becker, Ryan, and Paul about. Yeah, I don't know how to talk to Ryan right now. Chief, I was mugged. What kind of police officer are you? Fired!
Yes, Jenks.
Sir, I've been assaulted. Mugged.
What did they take? The hat?
No. DVD I found, sir.
Was it a dodgy one?
Well, I don't think so, sir, but obviously someone wanted it back. Put a bag over my head.
What did they do that for?
I've no idea. It's quite disorienting, actually.
That would be why.
Yes.
Right, we'll find out where it came from. Someone must know about it.
All right, Chief. I'll call later.
Can't wait.
I know. I'm a kid. I kid. Where's the stupid store at, though? I should be able to get there, I would think. Alright, so what do I need to do here? As soon as I have Simon and Rebecca. Alright, well, I guess I'll go to Rebecca here. Alright. Miss Rebecca,
Ask you a couple
what
more
did I
things,
forget
please?
to ask you about? Oh, the
Do you know anything about hypnosis used on the Atlas course?
Are you sure you mean hypnosis or the power of persuasion?
What's the difference?
Not a lot. But if you want someone to do something, it's usually easier to ask nicely.
Atlas used persuasion techniques.
Well, don't all businesses use it, Inspector? Ever heard of advertising?
Okay, now I've got
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Hey, Simon. Hey, Simon. She's very confident. Very, very, very confident.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
What do you know about Ryan's guitar collection?
Not a whole lot. I know he brought a guitar to one of the groups once, at the end of one of the stages. That's the only time I've seen him with a guitar.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Paul. Forgot about Paul.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Can you tell me more about the auto-hypnosis techniques used on the course?
We don't use hypnosis on the course.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
So, how was it used?
Hypnosis is probably the wrong word, Inspector. It's nothing to do with the trances or things like that. It was meant to force... to help students.
Did you force them?
You can't force anybody into being hypnotized. You have to want to be hypnotized.
True.
It's not something out of your control. You can't be hurt or damaged in any way by hypnosis.
So you've never put pressure on students to enter into hypnosis?
It would be impossible to do so.
You're lying about something, and I want to know what.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Call the chief for another update. I just called the chief. That's fine. Let's call the chief again. Chief's a good guy. Well, persuasion and hypnosis are really different things. Because we think of hypnosis as the balk like a chicken kind of thing and whatnot. It is possible, but as he said, you really have to want to be hypnotized. Because you can't be hypnotized into, like, walking off a cliff. Human survival, like, want is just too much. But you can be, you know, suggested into buying a McDonald's Big Mac all the time.
Go on, Jenks, what do you know?
Not much really, sir, except I've discovered Ryan plays the guitar.
I thought you were going to tell me something useful.
Well, I found out Emma was in the band, too.
What, with Rand?
Don't think so. Not sure, actually.
Well, why don't you find out and ring me back when you've got something useful to tell me, yeah?
Yes,
Why did
Chief.
you tell
Sorry,
me
Chief.
to call the chief? That was completely useless. Yeah, I know there's things I haven't asked Ryan. I don't know how to get to Ryan right now. He's apparently a little busy. Or just sit here and just keep knocking? I'll do it. I'll do it, dang it. Oh, jeez. Someone left a dirty rag on the kitchen. Why is there a first aid box in the kitchen? And why are there cupboards that are like blocking the door? This is not a well thought out kitchen. That'd be a thing, wouldn't it? Okay, where in the living crap is Ryan at? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, where the living crap is Ryan at? Right, yeah, against the insurance policy. Hello, Mr. Serious. Hey. In the pub for some odd reason. In the outbuilding for some odd reason. No? Okay. Didn't think so. Okay.
Couple more questions, if that's okay?
Do you know where Ryan is? Yes, happy Independence Day, everybody. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second.
Aha. Do you visit Monarch Costumes a lot?
No, I used to go in there occasionally. Why?
But you do know the shop.
Yes, of course I do.
You see, Paul, I thought you said you didn't know where this bag was from.
Well, maybe I do.
This was used to put over my head, Paul, by a mugger. Would you like to tell me something?
Are you suggesting that I had something to do with your mugging?
Yes.
Did you?
You really ask the most ridiculous questions. Of course I didn't.
So why did you lie about the shop?
Well, I didn't have anything to do with your mugging, Inspector, but I might know somebody who did.
Go on.
Did Ryan mention Jason to you, the cleaner? Unfortunately, Ryan at some point told Jason that the DVD mustn't be removed from the site. So, when he saw you take it, he simply thought that he was doing us a favour by getting it back.
Oh, I'm sure.
He isn't exactly what you'd call one of Darwin's best examples.
So what's on the DVD that's so special?
All right, it was something I did myself, a little stunt I pulled to amuse the students.
What kind of stunt?
I pretended to steal from the students. I emphasize the word pretended. The students knew all about it afterwards. Everything was above board.
Steal from students? Why?
We were doing a piece about pushing the limit, so I decided I would show them how it was done. Oh, don't look so serious, Inspector. I returned everybody's things immediately afterwards. No harm done.
And when was this?
Last year sometime.
At Third Eye or Atlas?
Third Eye, I think.
And this was before or after Liam died?
Well, since you'll probably find out anyway, it happened to be on the night that Liam died, as it happened.
That's a coincidence.
Before you ask. No. I didn't steal from him.
Do you think it's a good idea to encourage students to steal, Paul?
I wasn't encouraging students to steal. Policemen are so literal.
Yes.
Life is shades of grey, Inspector. Much as the Force might like it, it doesn't divide neatly into blacks and whites. Now, if you don't mind, you're going to have to excuse me for a moment. You know where the door is.
I don't know why I thought that was my phone going off, because my phone doesn't have a ringer like that.
I see he was quick enough to claim he didn't steal from Liam. What kind of stunt was that anyway? And Liam dying later the same night? It's just all a bit too suspicious.
You think? Is there anything here yet? Dang it. Let's go back and talk to Ryan. Like, oh, bell! I don't have a bell. Wait a minute. Hey, if you're not here now, bro. Exactly. Well, he said he returned it, so let's go see, shall we? Nope. Alright. I still want to know why there's doors behind the cupboard. And yeah, the first aid kit that they're not supposed to have. This sink looks like... I don't know. Maybe it's a British thing. Alright. Well, now we got more stuff to ask everyone, I guess.
A few more questions, please. What do you know about Paul Rand?
Paul the Slime.
You've obviously met him then.
Yes, I have.
What do you know about him committing a fake theft during one of the courses?
What, about him going through people's bags? Yeah, he tried that thing on me as well, weirdo.
So you were at Third Eye?
Yes. Yes, I went there for a few months after college and I left because I hated it. And I didn't know Atlas was the same thing. And I went with Simon.
Does Simon know that?
No. I didn't want to burst his bubble, so I didn't say anything.
So he doesn't know you went to Third Eye?
No.
Ah! So is that where you met Ryan as well?
Yep.
Right. What didn't you like about the course?
Well, it was stupid. They just made you do things to other people and be abusive just to prove that you could, and I absolutely hated it.
What sort of things?
Oh, just stupid things. Nasty things to prove that you could do it. It was about not feeling guilty. And it was horrible. That's why I left.
And is Simon doing all of this stuff now?
No, I think they had to stop because it was just getting ridiculous. I think somebody got arrested or something.
Very interesting.
Arrested? That's the thing. Also, just saying here, ma'am, if you're claiming Third Eye was abusive, why did you never tell anybody? Just saying.
Thank you. Probably be back later. What do you know about Paul stealing money from students? Part of a stunt or something?
What, did he do that? I've never heard about anything like that. No, it might be part of the risk-taking thing, though.
Explain that.
Well, it's part of the course. You have to do something dangerous or risky, something you wouldn't normally do.
Something dangerous?
I'm going skydiving.
Just risky. Like saying something you wouldn't normally say to someone, or doing something unusual.
Skydiving.
Like stealing from other students.
Well, we didn't do anything like that, but you have to tell everyone at the end of the course anyway. And you're not allowed to do anything that would hurt or offend anyone, or you're not allowed to do anything really bad. It's all pretend,
Except
really.
everything's abusive.
Seems a bit odd for a business course.
Yeah!
It works, though.
No, it doesn't. Okay. Hold on, let's see something here. I don't think I'm going to find the contradiction. All of these things here. Stuff up top here is becoming more and more obsolete, which I think is the point.
Probably be back later.
Right, exactly, right? Alright, let's see here. Rebecca! Let's go talk to Rebecca. Let's go talk to Rebecca. Let's go talk to Rebecca.
Ask you a couple more
and
things,
get
please.
talked down by someone really cocky.
Did you know about Paul's money stealing at Atlas?
Are you talking about a particular incident or just in general?
It's something he did on the course. Stunt.
And what did he do exactly?
Oh, well, he pretended to steal from the students.
That doesn't ring a bell. Paul's stunts usually involve throwing fancy dress parties with scantily clad girls or women dressed as nurses. That's his usual fetish.
When was the last party he threw?
Sometime in the summer. I didn't stay long.
Doesn't know about Paul's stunts.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Nice. You went in the restaurant yet? Oh, okay. Well, let's go talk to our conspiracy theorist who doesn't know anything other than the one conspiracy he knows anything about.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, I'm glad I stopped by to ask you about that.
Later on, if that's okay.
Sorry for wasting your time, bro. What do we got? 5 things you haven't asked Ryan about yet. Yeah, I don't know where Ryan's at, is the problem. Oh, she's not even answering. Okay, fine. Okay. I just did a little looky, just a little quick looking. I didn't look up the answer or anything. But this tip is completely stupid. Because there are 5 things I haven't asked Ryan about yet, and I can't get to him until 9 o'clock. And you can only advance the time by finding a contradiction. So now I have to go back to everybody and figure out a contradiction. I'm pretty sure Paul's already gone because we found one with him. It is extremely quaint. Yeah, I can't even go into the house. So he's out. It's gotta be Simon, right? Gotta be with Simon, right?
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Alright, let's see here. He hasn't heard about Paul's stunt, which is stealing stuff. Was told at Atlas to do something risky. Not allowed to hurt others or offend. I mean, like, that seems like a contradiction in and of itself. It's not, but... Okay. Maxwell looked to a costume hire shop. Hired a costume shop last year. No, okay, I didn't think so. What you don't need. Masks help with the trance. I was gonna say that's not... Alright, let's sync here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Doesn't know anything about Third Eye. Was told that Atlas not to do something risky. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, because Paul's stunt happened during Third Eye, but he says he didn't hear about it. Okay. Heard about Liam, he died. Don't think that's gonna... No, I didn't think so. Alright, let's go from the top here. Seemed drunk, didn't socialize. Doesn't really matter. I don't know why Simon's bike is a thing, but it's here. Made his own homebrew, we know that. Medicine, one necklace, Kate wore a necklace at college. Good! Doesn't know anything about that. I was straight home after Atlas last Friday. We already proved that was wrong. James didn't know his mysticism, thinks the government's tracking him. Doesn't recognize his particular mask. Well, except, yeah, the advertising flyer he gave me from Third Eye. How was that James made the flyer? Wait, crap. You can't, like, undo these as far as I can tell. Doesn't know anything about Third Eye. Doesn't recognize this particular mask. No, use that. Plus, I could have done that contradiction earlier. It's got to be something that's down here that contradicts with something else sooner. Costume shop last year. Costume shop last year. Costume shop last year. No. It may not even be him. You don't need. Oh, wait a second. Maybe? No. No, I can't use that info. You can't use info, like an answer from someone else in someone else's contradiction. Like, it's all contained here if it's here. Once brought a guitar to an Atlas session. Okay. Not allowed to hurt or offend somebody, but you brought a guitar once. No. Not allowed to hurt or offend somebody. Hold on a second. He often seemed drunk. Should not allowed to hurt or offend somebody else. No. May not be here. Yeah, let's go to
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Let's go to Emma. We can figure this out. Joined Third Eye after leaving college. Third Eye when Paul pulled a stunt. Simon doesn't know Emma went to Third Eye. Clive Third Eye was abusive. I stopped his abusive tactics. No. After leaving college. Competitive at college. Doesn't know anything about that. Doesn't like beer. He's at the pub. That's right, she had an affair with Ryan. I almost completely forgot about that. Kate wanted to blackmail Ryan. Kate wanted to blackmail Ryan. Had an affair with Ryan. The band often played at Rebecca's pub, but I can't get this off here. You got an idea? Freedom necklace. And no, it's not right. Doubt Simon fully agrees with the Atlas phrase. But Simon never hired from the shop. And please tell me that's not it. Okay. I was gonna say, that had to be like, that would just be the dumbest thing. Wait a minute, didn't do like anything like that when she went. She was in the Third Eye. Well, that was the thing when they did Atlas, though.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Maybe it's Rebecca. So many things to keep track of now. Kind of insane. But Rebecca seems like she's way too confident in herself. Ring-a-ding-ding.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Alright, let's see here. Doesn't know about his stunt. Fancy dress parties. Time last in the summer. That's Paul's. What did this word mean again? Persuasion. This is persuasion techniques. don't know about that, but you do know about this? Yeah, I didn't think so either. What's the Blackstone play in the pub? Unless Ryan playing a guitar in his room? No. Okay. Fancy dress parties. A bit less summer, though. Hear about Simon? No. No truth to the flyer. Oh, wait a minute. No truth to the flyer. Oh, it doesn't know about Paul Stunt. Ah. That's not it either. Asking right about the mask used in the courses. At least the mask is Ryan's. I don't know why this thing about throwing the party in the summer is bugging me. I can't tell why though. I wish I could, honestly. But I can't really drink a lot of anything. Best I can do is like this. That's about it. Never seen the Black Mirror before. Didn't see anything about James though. Made the dolls for Ryan. It's the only 3 people I can interrogate. No, I guess I could ask James.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah, well, I'm also not feeling too well in the gut right now, so I'm kind of trying to not do much of anything. Okay, we already got past that. Doesn't recognize the bag. Okay. As growing as possible without a mirror. It's one way of scrying. So it's actually a consistent statement. Only makes the image for others. This is where I can't find last year. Can't remember the last time we saw Kate. We sold her a mirror last year. Nope, not good enough. Okay. Ah! met Liam. I am so stuck right now. This is the thing I hate about these games. I am so bad at them. Okay.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
See, the worst thing is you can actually go through your inventory here and see all the answers everyone's given to things. But the problem is they're not organized in a great way. It's like they just tell you each person's... Let's see here. Who can I talk to? I can talk to James. Can't talk to either one of these two. Rebecca, Simon, and Emma. Those are the only 4 I've got. So one of them has to be lying to me about something. Okay. Let's think about this. Whole Steph stunt. Simon says he hasn't heard about the stunt. He's told Atlas to do something risky. Not allowed to hurt or offend others. I appreciate that, Crystal, but yeah, I can't really do much about it. Let's focus on Simon's replies to things. Asks help with the trance.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Think of something. I haven't heard about Paul's stunt. Oh. Seminars. Okay, dull burning is help you get rid of things you don't need. Not allowed to hurt or offend others, was told to do something risky. Don't offend others. Do something risky. I still don't know what the bike's all about. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. That's it. That's gotta be it. Shoot, where was that? Oh no, he's drawing the tree symbol. Oh. It only sucks because the tip thing just doesn't say anything. Let me look at something real quick. Okay, so I am doing the right thing, looking for contradictions at this point. Just want to make sure I read it right. The tip is kind of broken.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Alright, Rebecca, you're back on my radar. I don't know, she just seems like she's lying about something.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Okay. Paul's stunts. Just it. Dolls. Ryan made the dolls for Ryan. Doesn't recognize the symbols. Doesn't know Liam very well. Playing the pop. I mean, don't tell me it's this easy. Okay, I didn't think so. Well, how do you know he's in Blackstone? I guess you would just know that. Okay. Yeah, we know about his bike. Strict about barring clients. James grows cannabis. Similar to persuasion. Okay.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
And I said something about... Hold on. Emma said something about singing.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Like how he knocks on the window for her. Doesn't know Liam very well. Didn't you join Third Eye after leaving college? I don't want to do it, but I might have to use a cheat here. Because I really have no idea what to do.
Thank you.
I'm
Probably be back later.
completely stumped here.
Do you visit Monarch costumes a lot?
Oh, cool.
No.
You can replay those things. That's kind of cool. Let's do it. Who else was in that band? Hannah says she didn't really know Liam. She was in a band called Blackstone. Who else is in that band? Yeah. Okay.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Wait, was Liam in that band?
Thank
Hold on a
you.
second.
Probably be back later.
Blackstone. Emma didn't know Liam. Oh my god.
A few more questions, please.
There it is.
Aha. That band you sang in, Blackstone. Who else was in the band?
Just a few people from college.
Including Liam?
Yeah.
Why did you say you didn't know him?
No, it's not that. I just thought you meant that I didn't know about his suicide.
Did you?
No, I was away on holiday.
When he died?
Yeah, I only knew him through the band.
She definitely knows more than she's saying. She was in a band with Liam, but didn't know about his problem? I'm not sure I believe you, Emma.
Okay. So we got that. It's on holiday the night Liam died. Except we know that Paul did this the day Liam died. There we go. Man, Emma, you're a lying
So,
little
you witnessed
person, aren't you?
Paul's money-stealing stunt, is that right?
Yes.
But you weren't there when Liam died.
No.
Don't quite understand that, you see, because Paul pulled the stunt on the same night. Liam died later that evening.
I must have got mixed up.
So you don't know anything about Liam's death, even though you were there on that night?
No.
Emma. I think you better explain, don't you?
Well, it was the stupid course, wasn't it?
Go on.
Well, we were all told to do stupid things, and then that thieving thing happened, and so...
Take a breath, Emma.
Liam killed himself because of me.
No!
Why?
Liam had
Right?
a birthmark on the side of his face.
So?
And no one would mention anything, even though we all knew it was there. And we all thought, they all thought it was ugly.
Because
So I thought I'd say something, and
that was the
I
risky
even
thing
asked
she
Paul
did.
if it was okay to say it.
What did he say?
He said he wouldn't mind. Then Liam killed himself. Liam's dead because of me.
Well, Emma, I'm quite sure you regret what you said.
Yeah.
But I really don't think you caused Liam's death. There's always more to these things than meets the eye. It wasn't your fault.
We can't tell Simon, please.
And then I took out a gun and shot him. Okay, maybe it was your fault.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. Moving the chapters along.
Poor Emma. I suppose it's possible that what she said led to Liam's death, but I really doubt it. I blame the Rands before I blame her.
She's not kidding. Alright, start me outside the pub. Alright, let's go in the pub. Is there anyone in the restaurant yet? Nope.
I'll ask you a couple more
It's
things.
like a running joke now. Unlikely Rebecca would know anything about that. Okay, well fine, we'll screw you
That's
then.
all for the moment, thank you.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Now I can go talk to Ryan. Probably. Hopefully. Alright, before we do that, I need to run to the restroom. So, I will be right back. Y'all sit here and wonder what Ryan's going to say about all this, because I think he's in trouble. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's go talk to Ryan here. At least, hopefully. Huh. I don't remember those there. Hey, guy, thank you much. Oh, hey.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I got a lot of questions for you, bro. Starting off with, what the heck was that about?
So tell me more about this doll burning.
It's a symbolic ceremony we perform every few weeks on the course.
What's it about?
It's about burning your old personality and finding a new one. A better one.
So the dolls are...
You. They represent you from the past. Each doll has a picture of the student as a child or a teenager. And they burn the doll and symbolically destroy their old personality. It's quite simple but effective, I find.
And why did that girl shout?
Because it's an emotional thing. She's quite clearly become very attached to her doll.
It's just water, by the way.
They do spend the first month with them. We tell them to take the doll everywhere with them before they actually go through the doll burning.
And you believe that's a good thing? Destroying your past?
Of course it's a good thing, Inspector. We're all shackled to our past.
Especially since we
particularly
had to
you,
destroy
by the
our
sound
past
of it.
because of, you know...
Perhaps we should
what
make
happened
it
with
all of
Third
you,
Eye.
Inspector, and burn that. What do you think?
No, thank you.
You're probably right. I'm not sure it would do any good anyway.
Arrogant son of a... So, dude, what's up with your guitars?
I didn't realize you were a musician.
Oh, well, I'm not really a musician. I mean, I dabble a little bit. To be quite honest with you, I'm far more interested in collecting guitars.
You're not in a band?
Well, I did audition. I did audition a few years ago. When I say a few years ago, of course, I mean about 20 years ago. Doesn't time fly?
What band was that?
Oh, I can't remember. Something Stone. Aren't they all called Something Stone? Hammerstone. That's it.
And you still collect?
I haven't bought a guitar for over a year. I feel I've moved on.
Alright. It's Blackstone, you moron.
Can you tell me about auto-hypnosis?
Well, what would you like to know?
Do you use it on the course?
We dip into it occasionally,
you
but it's not a major feature of the course. I would say that, well, a minority of the students know how to use it, but the majority wouldn't know and have a clue.
It's not a requirement of the course.
No, not at all. We don't ask people to do things that they're not comfortable with. There's no bribery, no coercion. We're thinking about phasing auto-hypnosis out, actually.
Oh, I'm sure
What's
you
the
are.
reason for that?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Inspector, it doesn't actually work very well.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know what this is?
Well, I think it's a bag. Is it a bag, Inspector?
The shop.
Oh, yes, the costume shop. Yes, we used to hire from them.
For the course?
Well, yes. For the course, at the end of each stage, we have a little party, and we ask students to dress up or try acting out being somebody new, their new selves, as it were.
Could you explain a bit more? New selves?
One of the main elements of the course is learning how to act, how to be whoever you need to be in any given situation. I think you'll agree, Inspector, that business is about being the right person in the right situation at the right time. What it does, it helps them to detach themselves, become somebody new, pretend, you know, that kind of thing. It's surprising what a little bit of cross-dressing can do for you, Inspector. You should try it.
Not at this stage.
Okay.
What do you know about your father's money-stealing stunt?
Oh, well, yes, that was something that Dad decided to do as part of the shock aspect of the course.
But he went too far, you believe.
He usually does.
And do you think it did have anything to do with Liam's death?
No. Liam wasn't like that at all. I mean, that was just a simple, unfortunate coincidence. I mean, Liam had his own problems, but he didn't have any problems with the money shock stunt. No.
Uh-huh.
What do you know about Emma Bowman criticising Liam before his suicide?
I was there. I witnessed it. Well, I know Emma blamed herself. for
Hey,
his
Dark,
death.
thanks for the host,
Did
man.
she?
Well, she was upset and all of that, but I wouldn't blame her, Inspector. I really don't think she had anything to do with it at all.
You don't think?
Liam was a very confident person, very outgoing, very strong individual, or so it seemed. I mean, people are free to do what they like. Even something as irreversible as bumping themselves off. Oh, sad though that
Yeah,
is.
it's very interesting. Hey, King Toby, how's it going? Alright. Now, we just got a whole ton of information. Met Liam in the pub. Hammerstone. It's not Hammerstone. Yeah, darn, alright. Oh yeah, it was a brainwashing cult. You kidding me? Right? What is this? Course of teaching students how to act. No, it's an otter. Lutra's an otter. Probably goes too far. Maybe not. Okay. I wonder if I don't have enough right now for the... Yes. I wonder if this command still works. Yeah, that's where you can actually find out more about Lutra, because that's my character in a tabletop RPG game called well, it's titled Bay City Chronicles. The game system itself is called Mutants and Masterminds. It's probably the most fun I've had with the tabletop RPG game. Wearing costumes. Feel like there's something here. Because we know this band is not called a Hammerstone. Not at all. Tabletop RPGs are amazing. They're great. Free to do whatever they want to. Alright.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
We're gonna need to learn some more information, I think. Hey, can I join your doll burning thing? Oh. You know, for having a thing on fire in the center of the room here where you're burning dolls, this room cleaned up pretty well. Just saying. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't explore the woods all the time. Seems to always have something happen in the woods. It's a really cool shot. I mean, seriously. Nope, nothing here yet. Alright.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
I know it's 9 o'clock and all that, but... Oh, I promised not to discuss that with her.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
And... Right.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Oh, Rebecca!
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I'm guessing Ryan's gonna have, like, the only contradiction right now. Oh, I'm sure they probably knew. Oh, okay, we can go back in the brands, though. Alright.
A few more questions, please. Thank you. Do you think Emma's criticism of Liam on that last night led to his suicide?
I doubt it helped.
Did you encourage Emma to criticize him?
I didn't encourage Emma to do anything. I merely told her what we tell every student to do, to express themselves as they want to. It would be out of order to criticize them after that, wouldn't it? However, I didn't expect her to criticize his birthmark, if that's what it was. That's a decision she took herself.
She said
so you didn't know her well?
No, not at all.
See, she said she asked you. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Happens after an Atlas meeting. That's a good question. What happens after an Atlas meeting? Suppose everyone goes down to the pub, I guess. Call the chief.
Yes, Chief. Bit more news. It turns out Emma was with Liam on the night he died, and she thinks she caused him to commit suicide. She made fun of him, mocked him as part of the course.
Nice of her. Why did she do that?
Requirement of the course, apparently. To say something offensive. It's meant to encourage free thinking.
Interesting opinion. And I suppose the Rands just think that's what, par for the course or something like that, do they?
Well, Paul wasn't too bothered. He claims he didn't know Emma, so couldn't have predicted what she was going to do.
That doesn't wash. What does Emma say about him?
She does not like him. Really doesn't like him.
So she must have known him well enough. How well did he know her?
He claims not very well.
Well, make sure he's telling the truth. Oh, I've got a cup of coffee to make.
Coffee? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Chief.
Right.
Okay. So he is the liar. What does happen after an
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
It does happen. Approximately 7 p.m. So, apparently people go to the pub afterwards. So both of them saw her. But wait, she was at the pub at 7 p.m. How did you see her at 7 p.m.? Must have been at the pub. Yeah. Okay, what was the chief just say?
Jenks, I presume.
Yes, Chief. Bit more news. It turns
Okay, gotcha.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Saw her at the meeting around 7. No. That's gonna be it. Spike. Emma had that card. Yes.
You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
I don't remember saying anything about buying Emma a necklace.
So you didn't buy her one? So you did buy her one. So that means you must have known her, and quite well too.
Stop making such a big thing about this, Inspector.
Oh, it's kind of a
I've
big
been
thing.
around a few years. The clock is ticking. And I admit I have an embarrassing weakness for attractive women. It was a stupid mistake, but that's all it was.
So you're saying you tried it on with her?
No, I didn't try it on. I bought her a necklace. I'm not aware that there's a law against buying presents unless, of course, the Third Reich has been elected while I was at a bridge party. Emma was old enough to make decisions for herself. And as a matter of fact, she decided that she didn't want to be bothered with an old fool like me. So nothing happened, no mistakes, nobody got hurt. All right.
Like father, like son. No surprises there. I wonder how many students Paul has tried it on with.
Okay. Once he tried to date Emma. Yeah. But that didn't give me anything new. It's possible. I don't think so. Because normally you'd have a new topic here. That didn't give me a new topic at all. So he once tried to date Emma. Okay, let's go back here. Well, if you tried to date Emma, why would you not know anything about Simon's bike? I think. No.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Let me see here. What happens after an Atlas meeting? It's gotta be Ryan, right? I mean, we literally just got, like, a crap ton of info from him, so...
Ask about a few more things, please.
Well, I'm sure it'll be, you know... Alright, witness Emma's criticism. Liam was strong and outgoing. And an end-of-stage party. Okay. Ryan has a background in psychology. It's not right. Alright. First with Kate's room, let's go Atlas. Kate, of course, appeared happy. But she hadn't had any emotional problems. Except you claim to have. Where was that at? Background in psychology. No. Plus that's too high up. It's got to be something we just learned. Like, it's got to be in something here versus something we've learned earlier. Hasn't bought a new guitar in over a year. Starts preparations for Atlas at 6:30. The students carry dolls with them for a month. He's trying to going, but he had to pay a settlement fee? Shoot, what was that? No, okay. Agency. Well, we know that's wrong. Phrase. Now. Meaning. Self-doubt. The tip is what happens after an Atlas meeting. What happens after? 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 Wait a minute. After something... So, one of the contradiction pieces has to be from here down. The other one could come from anywhere. It's every few weeks. Wait, doesn't believe in anything supernatural now. Dang it. Thought that was close in that one. Shock aspect of the course. Ah. Sorry. Okay. The worst thing is, like, we could still be looking at Paul for the contradiction.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Remember what the chief's clue was. Around the pond.
You say you didn't know Emma, yet you bought her a freedom necklace.
Right. Okay, I wonder if he's still the contradiction. Let's go back over here and see what we can look at again.
Couple more questions, if that's okay.
Okay. Steal from Leon that night. I mean, a job's to ask questions. Here's the other one. Okay, this is the last. Once tried to date Emma. Let's go with that. But the tip is what happens after. Ah. Wonder if the tip is broken again. Let's just see if the tip's actually broken again.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I like trying to figure these out. It's gotta be Ryan, right? I mean, the dude is so many new things. Like, I'm missing something. Not putting something together. Or I'm missing the massive... Pay attention to the UI. Jesus.
That'll come in handy. Don't know why I never remember to buy one.
Seriously? Seriously. I know where to use that. Freaking flashlight. Point and click. What?
Well. And there's the mask symbol again. Looks like someone's been trying to make a point.
Okay. Great, now I got something I can ask everyone about again. Vandalized car photos. I wonder whose car that is. Who knows most about devil worship? Gee, let me wonder. Exactly, Crystal.
Few more
I
questions,
did
please.
say those boxes were new. I did say that.
Know anything about these?
Nope.
Okay. Never mind then. Alright, cool.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Person that, like, literally talked about...
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Do you know what these are?
Oh, yes, that's my old car. It was vandalized. I took those for the insurance company. Where did you find those?
At the pub. You know who did this?
Yes. A girl called Lisa Blint. She was on the course, very strange girl.
And why did she write the words devil worshippers all over your car?
Well, she was a very strange girl. She had a lot of psychological problems. I'm not entirely sure, Inspector. I mean, she took a dislike to the course for some particular reason. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And she asked for a refund. I declined. And she decided to spray her disapproval all over my car.
Odd thing to spray, isn't it, though? Devil worshippers?
Well, she was a very odd girl, Inspector. Maybe she thought it was a way of getting back at us. I've no idea.
Did Rebecca know about it?
Well, yes, she did, but I wasn't about to unleash Rebecca on her. She can be quite fierce sometimes, you know. And I mean, the girl wasn't vindictive. She had psychological problems. She lives in the village, actually. The run-down house at the end of the lane. Can't miss it.
Really? Right, thank you.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. Could that be where Lisa lives? Run-down house at the end of the lane. That's what Ryan said, wasn't it?
Is it Lisa?
Yes.
Inspector Jenks, I'm investigating an incident in the village. I wonder if I could ask you a few questions.
What sort of incident?
I'd rather come in and discuss it if that's all right with you. I promise I won't take long. Thank you. I'll just go in here, yes?
I have to go out in a minute.
Oh, look, I can come back later.
I might not be here. What did you want to ask?
I just wanted to ask you, did you know Kate Vine?
No.
Right. Well, I heard that you're familiar with Atlas, the life skills training company.
What do you want to know about Atlas?
Well, I heard you reacted badly to it.
Of course I reacted badly. So would anyone.
Now, why do you say that?
Because they're devil worshippers.
Devil worshippers.
They're making demons appear. They're tricking everybody. They're getting people to join up, then they're putting demons inside them. You can see them.
See who?
Demons.
Where could you see them?
In the mirrors.
At Atlas.
Any mirror. You can't get rid of them. They stay inside you.
So, how did you get rid of them?
I didn't.
You still see them?
I just don't look. I put all the lights on. I make sure it's all bright. I put them on when I need to look in the mirror. If I make sure everything is bright, I just see myself without seeing the other person.
Who is the other person?
She's like me, but older. It's like her eyes sink in. She's all wrinkled, with a wrinkled mouth. Like she's dying. And then I realize I'm her. I'm not me anymore. I'm her.
Can we get to the point where we're doing a satanic ritual?
I have to go now.
Can we do that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can I just hang out in your house for a little bit then? No? Alright. Guess I'll actually respect their right to privacy here.
What a very fragile and disturbed person, and utterly convinced that Atlas are worshipping the devil. How are Ryan and Paul going to get out of this one?
So I'm still wondering, can we end this game by like having a satanic
a few more
ritual?
questions, if you don't mind.
Is that a thing we can do?
Do you know anything about devil worship, Paul?
I beg your pardon?
Devil worship? Satanism?
Am I missing something here?
I heard Atlas had elements of Satanism on the course.
You are misinformed. We're a training company, we're not devil worshippers. What kind of a question is that?
So you've no interest in the occult?
No, Inspector, I have no interest in the occult any more than I have interest in pole vaulting, cheese making, or snake charming.
What's wrong with cheese making?
Anything else you want to know that I'm not interested in?
That's fine, thanks. Do you know what these are?
The pictures.
Yes, that's Ryan's car. Another toy he managed to ruin. It was vandalized sometime last year.
You know who did it?
I don't believe anybody was ever prosecuted for it.
I know. Did I watch his YouTube channel? Like that's literally all about like making cheese at home. This guy is stupidly amazing. I love him. I forgot his name though. Nice.
Be back later on, if that's okay. A few more questions, if you don't mind.
Has devil worship ever been part of the course, Ryan?
Am I correct in assuming that you have spoken to Lisa Blind?
You would be. She's been telling me all about the Atlas obsession with Satanism, Ryan.
Then if you've met Lisa Blind, then you will have worked out for yourself that she has a very vivid imagination. She also has psychological problems, diagnosed psychological problems, as a matter of fact.
So where did she get the idea that you lot were, devil worshippers?
I really have no idea. The girl is insane. She's frightened of her own shadow, bless her. She actually thinks that demons are possessing her even now. You really can't trust a word she says.
So you are saying there has never been any devil worship at Atlas?
I don't even know what devil worship is, Inspector. It's not something I particularly know anything about. I certainly don't recall anyone ever having worshipped the devil at Atlas. We even tried to help the poor girl by paying for some treatment, but she didn't want it.
Really?
It's not easy to offer someone help when they think that you're the problem.
That's a fair point. Okay. Wait, she asked for a refund and yet you offered private psychological treatment? Oh, okay. Never mind. You tell me you used to do... Yeah.
Aha. So you used to read a lot about voodoo and satanic rituals, but you don't know anything about devil worship?
Well, obviously. I just meant we don't worship the devil. We're not devil worshippers here at Atlas, Inspector. Ridiculous.
But the point is, Ryan, that you claim not to know anything about it, but admitted you were obsessed with it when you were younger. Are you sure none of that made its way onto the Atlas course? And that Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything within that course?
Lisa isn't basing her beliefs on anything other than her own imagination, Inspector. Look, we do use some techniques that some students find difficult, disturbing. We encourage them to see things differently, that's all. And some people simply aren't up to that. Some people, like Lisa, that's why we introduced the aptitude test.
What's the aptitude test?
This. We ask students to fill in an aptitude test, medical history, psychological issues, that kind of thing, any medication that they have used in the past, any medication that they currently are using. Here, take a look.
A really long list for me.
Basically, it's just to try and make sure that we don't get another Lisa.
Has it worked?
Well, touch wood, so far, yes.
Can I keep a copy of this?
I wonder how much importance they actually give to this test. And what are they doing that's so disturbing anyway?
Interesting.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Okay. Let's go down the list yet again.
A couple more questions, if that's okay.
Do you know anything about these?
Nope. Sorry.
Okay.
Have you ever heard about there being devil worship at Atlas?
Devil worship? No. Definitely not. Who said that?
It's just something I heard. Okay, thanks. Have you seen one of these before?
Where do you carry all this stuff?
No, not this one exactly, but we had to fill something similar in on the first night at Atlas. One of those aptitude tests. No, fitness and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's it for the time being. Thank you.
Did you do a test before you started at Atlas?
Oh, yeah. It was all just questions about if I had any illnesses or mental health problems or stuff like that, you know. They didn't actually ask for any proof, so I could have lied through your teeth on that one. Don't think they actually checked.
Interesting. What do you know about devil worship?
Devil worship? Where?
At Atlas.
Devil worship at Atlas? No, there's none of that.
Okay.
Have you seen these before?
No. Don't know the car.
Don't believe you, but...
Thank you. Probably be back later.
Oh, cool. That's why I'm starting to feel a lot of pain. Hold on a second, everybody. I need to take some meds real quick. 1 sec. Okay, hopefully that kicks in quick enough. Yeah, I'd rather not do opioids on a stream. Let's go to the pub! Is there anyone in the restaurant yet? Nope.
A few more
I don't know
questions,
why I
please.
find that so
Thank
funny.
you. Have you ever seen these?
It's Ryan's car. It got vandalised last year. His camera had been stolen, so I took pictures. God, whoever did it made a mess, didn't they?
But nobody was prosecuted for it.
Not that I remember. The insurance paid out, though.
I mean, that's all that really matters, right?
Have you ever come across anyone interested in or involved with the occult?
As in black magic? No, why?
Atlas don't use occult techniques or anything like that?
Atlas? Not unless Ryan's got a secret he's not telling me about. Why, who's been talking?
Just a line of inquiry. Okay, thanks. Do you know anything about this?
It's the aptitude test, isn't it, for Atlas? What do you want to know?
Do you know why it was introduced?
I think they had some trouble with some unsuitable students. I suppose you have to be careful who you work with.
Yeah, she definitely didn't like that. It very much so is.
That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Go talk to James. Why? I don't know.
Ask you a couple more things, please. Do you know anyone who is interested in or involved with devil worship?
Have you met Lisa?
Which Lisa are you talking about?
Mad Lisa. Lives on her own, doesn't like mirrors.
Yeah, I've met her. You think she's mad?
You can't look at yourself in the mirror without seeing ghosts. You've got problems, don't you think?
How do you know her?
She came to the farm for some eggs a couple of times. Got talking to her once, that's all.
And what did she tell you?
Nothing much. Except she thought the devil was after her.
What did you tell her?
Told her the devil needs a good reason to be after you. She was just like most people, really, blind to herself, except she was more extreme. That's all madness is. Being blind to yourself.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's interesting line there. Yeah, I haven't asked Paul that. Kind of avoiding Paul, because Paul's kind of a jerk.
Just a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Can you tell me a bit about this, please? It's the Atlas aptitude test.
What do you want to know?
What does it test, exactly?
It's a test we introduced to make sure that any students didn't have any major personality problems, skeletons in the cupboard, so to speak. We introduced it because we had a little bit of a problem with one of the students.
Lisa.
You are well informed.
And what do you think it was that disturbed her?
I believe that the course proved to be too demanding for her. We discovered that she had one or two psychological problems and she couldn't handle it.
And did you change anything else on the course apart from introducing the test?
We increased the entrance age to 21. Well, wasn't much, but it's about the only thing we could do. We didn't want another Lisa. We didn't want students turning around and suing us, did we?
Yeah. I don't remember how old she was. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Alright. Oh, call the chief. Yes, always call the chief. Call the chief! Chief, the city's on a hellmouth. Send the Slayer.
Make it interesting, Jenks.
Chief, I finally saw a bit of what goes on at Atlas. I walked in on a meeting. Very strange. There were several students
Just
sitting
now
around
telling
the
him
fire,
about
taking
this?
it in turns to burn handmade woolen dolls.
You're hoping I'm going to say tell me more, aren't you? I'm changing my mind.
Ryan had an explanation for it, as did Simon. He claimed it was all about burning your past or something. Actually, Simon told me something interesting. He said they also use auto-hypnosis on the course.
Oh, what's that?
Self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
Hypnotizing yourself. Apparently, that may have been what disturbed Lisa so much.
Is it dangerous?
Well, not in theory. Nobody I've spoken to seems to think so.
Well, if it disturbed this Lisa so much, then it can't be all that safe for everything, can it?
I suppose it depends on your psychological state to begin with, but I'll look into it.
Okay, keep it up, Jenks.
Always do, Chief. Always do.
Oh, very funny, very funny. Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, God. Okay. I mean, he's calling him at like all points of the like every hour at this point. When the chief probably thinks it's just a suicide. Performs a simple health check. It would be easy to lie on the form. It's easier to actually just go to places. Always want to accuse Ryan.
Ask about a few more things, please.
Okay. You gave me the aptitude test, so... Hey, Jamie. Oh, nice. It's gotten pretty creepy and weird. We're at the point of accusing Atlas of devil worship at this point. I have no idea.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
You got like one of 4 people who have a contradiction someplace, and I'm really not seeing who it is.
Couple more
I
questions,
feel
if
like
that's okay.
Simon is lying to me. It was a simple health check. Yeah, very true.
Thank you. Probably be back later.
I really hope it's not Emma, quite frankly. I mean, I'm all for an axe murdering game. Never heard that voice there.
That's all for the moment. Thank you. more questions, please?
Didn't expect her to do this. Oh.
Be back later on, if that's okay.
I had to do this twice, but... Oh, this isn't dangerous. Okay, so maybe... That's what we gotta look into.
Ask you a couple more things, please.
Yeah.
Aha.
Oh, hi.
So nobody has ever been affected by auto-hypnosis, except Lisa.
Hypnosis wasn't the problem, Inspector. Lisa was the problem with Lisa. That's why we introduced the test.
But the hypnosis was the trigger, wasn't it?
Lisa arrived on the course believing we were all devil worshippers. She was nuts to start with. We didn't make her like that.
Well, as far as I can tell, Paul, you've had one student accuse you of devil worship and 2 others commit suicide. Some of your students aren't having a very good time on this course, are they?
Nonsense. Kate was enjoying every minute of it. She couldn't get enough of it.
Really?
She was full of the joys of life. Bubbly, confident, flirty.
With who?
You mean with whom?
With whom?
Pretty much everybody. Including me, as I remember.
Really? And, did you respond?
I don't get into relationships
Oh, you
with
should.
students, Inspector. Company policy. It's not professional.
Interesting admission that Kate flirted with him. There's no way Paul would have turned down an opportunity like that.
And yet, I got nothing new from that. Yeah, sure, he tried to date one already. Avoids relations with students, except he tried to date Emma.
Aha. So you avoid relationships with students, except for Emma, who you tried to date.
Oh, come on, Inspector. That was a long time ago.
And what about Kate Vine? Did you try to date her or not?
Oh, don't be so ridiculous, Inspector. Kate was an exceptionally clever girl. She knew exactly what she wanted, and she knew how to get it.
You mean that Kate approached you?
It wouldn't surprise me if she was playing everyone in the group. Kate had more enemies than you'd think. She was a very, very manipulative young woman.
Oh. Hey, it's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace if I'm gonna solve this by midnight.
Oh, by midnight? I thought you had a whole day. Alright, everybody, I really intended to try to beat this today, but I can't get going right now. Hopefully, maybe later tonight or tomorrow, I'll be able to get this thing finished. But I just can't keep going for right now. I gotta stop. So, thank you guys all for watching. I do really appreciate everybody being here. I love you guys all. You guys are amazing. Thank you. But, I gotta hit it. For now. I'll talk to you all later. You have a wonderful day. Bye, else.